What's good, my pretty fam? And finally, we're back! I know we've been on MIA for the last few days, couple weeks. Life, again, like I said in my last video, life has just been busy lately. So, we're back, though, and you know Ren dropped a new one for Joe, so you gotta react to that one. But first and foremost, if you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Let's get up to 1.5 thousand. That's my next baby step, 1.5. Keep going. It's absolutely free. You don't even gotta fill out your name. Join the best community on YouTube, hands down. So today, like I just said, Ren dropped another single about a week ago called For Joe. No clue what this is about, but his last song, Suicide, he mentioned like watching his friend jump off a bridge or something. I have no clue if this is even going to relate to that, but so let's just jump in and oh, 1 second before this. I just gotta turn the AC on. Be sweating making this video, but alright, that's better now. I can actually hear myself. For Joe. Alright, and so it's like I said, For Joe. Not to mention, that is a sweet ass stadium in the background. That whole city. I don't. He's from Brighton, the UK. You guys tell me. I'm not exactly sure what city, like, or what stadium is that? Like Wembley Stadium. I don't know. The big soccer stadium. I think it's in the UK. I don't know. But anyways, if he's like writing a song like For Joe, I would imagine that like that sounds like it's past tense. So it could be a friend that passed. Like passed away, past tense. I don't know. Let's just see. And with the melody starting off, seems like more of a tribute song.
It's hard to take off from the ground when your wings are cut. Your stomach burns when you're drinking from an empty cup. You know the entire ocean came from our tear ducts. I see the world through Fibonacci sequences and double Dutch. I guess there's some that's born lucky, there's some that's not. I tried to cut away my bitterness, hatchet job. I locked my youth inside a trunk, inside a pickup truck, then dumped that whole thing over that same bridge the night you jumped. I think about that sometimes, vividly. What it felt like to look down.
I knew that whole first verse was sounding familiar with the hatchet job and the ocean's full of tear ducts. Was that from the Suicide song? Those exact words? I think that was like literally the exact verse. I thought I was listening to the same song at first. But For Joe, right here, he just mentioned watching his friend jump off the bridge. So I'm guessing Suicide was like the song about the situation, and then maybe he made this song after as like a tribute to his friend Joe that he watched kill himself right in front of him.
I think about that sometimes, vividly. What it felt like to look down and see tranquility. One sudden movement in a world of possibility. Only one movement to expose our fragility. I fucking miss you, and I miss myself. I miss thinking we were indestructible as hell. I miss chilling by the pier cave and kicking back with Callum, Hugo, Justin, Sega, Stevie and the fucking lads. I miss missing that. I know myself to close the gap. I never even call them up. Distance is my plaster cast to tell the truth.
Ooh. He said never even call them up. Distance is my plastic. That's, talking about, God, it's just, I'm not even sure if these are the same exact words. I'm just re-listening to it again anyways, because even if this isn't the original music video and he, Ren does like his live performances or street performances, whatever you want to call them, but he's definitely using his vocals more on this one, and he's outside in the open, so there's like no acoustic walls, you know, to stop him. So you can hear Ren's actually got a good singing voice. And now he's just, you know, talking about going back in time, like chilling with the boys, the lads, chilling with the boys down near the pier, just doing shit. You know, you think nothing can touch, like, oh, that ain't never gonna happen to us, that can never happen to me, until it does. And I've said that over and over again. That'll never happen to somebody I know. I'll never have to deal with something like that. Then it happens. You're like, okay, it could happen. Then it happens again. Then it happens again. So, some people may never experience something like that in their life. Some people may experience it over and over. Some people may experience it and it doesn't affect them. Some people, they hold on to that for the rest of their life. They just can't get the image out of their head. Which, my last video, if you guys didn't watch my reaction to suicide, I spoke about my story in the past that I had with it, along with 2 friends that I just lost within the last couple months. One of which laid down in front of a speeding train to let the train, you know, end his life. And he was always so happy and fun-filled, like just chilling with the boys, playing basketball, playing football. I didn't even know he was going through this. Like, he didn't reach out to anybody. He didn't talk to none of us. Nothing. We just heard he was missing, and then next thing you know, his remains were found. Like, what can you be going through that would give you not even like the urge to want to commit suicide, but the balls to lay on railroad tracks as you see a speeding train coming towards you? Like, anything gotta be better, man. You could roll off those tracks and make it better. Like, staying there, that's, yes, it's gonna end it. You won't have to deal with the problems no more, but now your family has to deal with the problems, you know, losing you, being depressed, like, in the manner that you took yourself. And in Ren's case, Joe jumped off a bridge. That would be something to stick with, especially if you've seen it happen. Like, that's gruesome. That's like worse than watching a horror movie. Way worse. That shit will stick with you and haunt you.
Hugo, Justin, Sega, Stevie and the fucking lads. I miss missing that. I know myself to close the gap. I never even call them up. Distance is my plaster cast, to tell the truth. The day you jumped, my childhood jumped too. But I still can't find the angle. All I find is missing you, man. I miss you with all my rhymes.
Yeah, that's what he said too. Like, I want to find the anger, but I can't because I just miss you. I think I mentioned that in the last video too. Like, even though they're gone, it's like I want to punch you in the mouth. Like, why would you do this? Why? Like, you could have, like, bro, you could have just came and talked to me. If you needed this, I got you. If you needed that, I got you. Like, you just want, like, why? But it's your best friend is gone. All your childhood memories, everything. You know what I mean? Like P. Diddy and I'll Be Missing You. That's, you know, one of the most famous songs. Really, actually one of the most famous songs, especially when it comes to friendship. Like, how Biggie and Diddy were, you know. But you gotta continue their legacy for him, I guess, in some places. But Ren said he distanced himself from the rest of his friends. Like, it was too much for him to bear at that time. That's why I said some people could handle it. Some people, you know, handle it differently.
I picture running 5 minutes quicker, I'm right on time. I picture pulling you back over the edge and then we're crying, and holding you, my brother, and telling you that it's fine. Not the way that it worked. I was late like a jerk. There's not a day where I can find a way to break from the hurt. Your body missing, so we never got to wave to the hearse. I hope you're listening. I love you, man. I miss you. Absurd. Fuck. Another domino, it falls. A across the way another's born, how you're supposed to raise a child and give it courage from a storm. In a world that is confusing, contradictions pave our flaws. Some will say we're only human, others judge us for our flaws. Some get born in sheets of satin, some get by in tattered clothes, some will die before they live. That's just how the story goes. But for those of us,
the whole verse right there was tight. That's the new one that he threw in. You know, he's saying some of us are born rich, some of us are born poor. You're born sick, you're born healthy, you're born in a shitty neighborhood, good neighborhood. It's what you take and make from it. How that situation can lead you down to a road to something so radical as, you know, committing suicide, like taking your own life. And Ren is just honing it all in, like
buying tight clothes, some will die before they live. That's just how the story goes. But for those of us still with us, who reside inside our hearts, tell them proudly how you feel.
Fact.
And for those of us who aren't, freckled angels stand strong, freckled angels live on, freckled angels climb higher, freckled angels still inspire, freckled angels won't forget you, teach me to live my life better. 13 years and still I miss you, now my wings are missing feather, otherwise I'd come and join you. But for now I'm here on earth, stuck inside this mortal body, but for everything it's worth. Made me braver, made me wiser, made me stronger, made me true, made me face the world with courage, and that's all because of you.
That was deep right there. He said, I got the courage, the strength. Like, you're up there living. Like, if I had wings, I would come up there and visit you. But I'm still stuck down here in this hellhole. You know, people say when you die, you go to heaven or you go to hell. Whatever. Religion is religion. But, you know, if I could come visit you right now, I would. But I can't. So I'm going to take what I learned from this whole situation. And instead of letting it drag him down, he used it to gain the courage, gain the strength, gain the the enthusiasm to do it. Because like something like that happens, like I said, could send you into a mean depression. You have to keep yourself right mentally to even deal with someone that committed suicide, to begin to think of the state of mind that they were in when they did that.
Mortal body, but for everything it's worth. Made me braver, made me wiser, made me stronger, made me true, made me face the world with courage, and that's all because of you. Freckled angels laugh the hardest, and their hearts, they are the largest. With their wings, they fly the farthest.
I don't know what he's talking about, freckled angel. But does freckled angel mean something? Or did his friend Joe just have freckles and like now he's saying that he's the angel standing there watching over him?
Are the largest, with their wings they fly the farthest, so I know you're gonna be okay. Freckled angels live the longest, and their minds they are the strongest. Oh, their friends they are the fondest, so I know you're gonna be okay.
That was tough. You know, that was hard for him to get out that last sentence, too. You see, he started to choke up like that. Yeah, that was moving. Well, yeah, I guess it was for Joe. It was kind of a sequel to his suicide song. We get more into detail about Joe. I'm guessing Joe was the freckled angel that he's speaking of. But that's like, you clearly just see how Ren puts his heart into his music. He's probably went over that song who knows how many times, and still getting out the last verse, like talking about someone that close to him, he started to choke up almost, like his voice got raspy, you know, like before you cry or when you're thinking about something like that. I get like that a lot too when I'll have all these emotions raging through my body, and I'll sit down and just start writing, just to feel like to get it off my chest. But there's still like certain songs that I've heard a million times, and I'll just play one verse I got like 3 songs in mind that like one verse I'll just play that song depending on what mood I'm in, and still it'll give me like goosebumps or, you know, get me choked up or even drop a tear, even though I've heard it a million times. But that's what great music can do. You know, it can lift you up, put you in a happy mood, an upbeat, where you want to dance. It can get you in your feelings, emotional, get you thinking, everything. That's the music damn near saved my life when I was going through the rough patch of me almost when trying to commit suicide. And there's a certain song, we have not reacted to it yet, but when the time comes I will. It's kind of a longer song. It's by Twiddle, Lost in the Cold. And it was never my type of music that I would listen to, but my boy had me listen to it the one day, and the words just stuck with me because it was like exactly what I was going through. And even though this is a song I would never have listened to, like when I turned on and heard the beat and like, this is like weird hippie rock type music, like what? But then I started to listen, and I had that song on replay for like a week straight when I was trying to get my life together, and the words of that song just is what did it. And well, that was a different situation. Like, had I had my kids at the time, that would never even cross my mind because I would never do that to my children. But I didn't think of like when I did it, doing it to your whole family or your friends, like what can cause, like the ripple effect that can cause. But Ren just got, obviously he's an amazing artist. He can make beautiful music out of it, and I'm sure if his bro Joe was down here still, he would appreciate it. I'm sure he's watching down on him, blessing him, seeing how Ren's career is taking off. He probably does got that freckled guardian angel over him. Like, my man Ren has been through so much in his life with the sickness and all this shit, and I took my own life and put that on him. Now he's writing awesome music. That could be your guardian angel right there, leading you on this road to success. I don't know. It's hard to, like I said, I'm not very religious in any aspect, but I do believe in fate. Like, everything happens for a reason. You just gotta make sense of what's happening at that time. But we are back. That was Ren for Joe. I promise, hopefully, we will not be MIA for 10 to 14 days again like the last 2 videos. I've just been so busy trying to keep up. Like, as you can see, I haven't even shaved, looking all scruffy over here. But next time we'll be back. We'll be all cut up and fresh again, doing our reactions. So until then, hit that subscribe button if you have not already. Click the bell, comment, leave a like, all that good stuff so we get pumped out into the algorithm. And then I promise I will keep trying to pump the videos out as much as I could. But for tonight, in the words of the great Tip and Eminem, that's all she wrote. So y'all have a good night, and we'll catch you on the next one.